Hi, Tilty Carlson here. It's always fun to go back and revisit the TV shows of my youth. I watched a lot of cartoons religiously as a young boy, and a lot of those cartoons have made their way to home video. One such cartoon that made its DVD complete series debut earlier this year was Captain Planet and the Planeteers. I reviewed the DVD of that already, not knowing that there would be a Blu-ray release just a few short months later. Amazon had it on sale, so I decided to upgrade to the Blu-ray version of Captain Planet and the Planeteers, the complete franchise. I'm going to unbox this release and share my opinions. It's called the complete franchise instead of the complete series because it's technically two series. Nice cover art there with our heroes and Captain Planet. Kind of wish they could have squeezed Gaia and some of the villains on there too, but it doesn't look half bad. Spine text. Back cover with our heroes and then a few shots of the heroes and villains over there. Inside the packaging, the sides of the packaging do have a list of episodes. 6 seasons total. The first 3, of course, being Captain Planet and the Planeteers. The latter 3 being the New Adventures of Captain Planet. So there's a close-up of the episode list. And then we have Season 1, which is on green discs. Season 2, which is on red discs. Season 3, which is on yellow discs. Season 4, when we start getting to the New Adventures of Captain Planet on blue discs. Season 5 is on an orange disc. Season 6 is on a light blue disc. Under the disc there, of course, we have the episode list for the latter few seasons. Meet the Planeteers. 5 courageous teens from all over the world are brought together to embody the power of the elements and protect the planet. With their powers magnified, the Planeteers can summon Captain Planet to help because saving our planet is the thing to do. Captain Planet, the complete franchise, features the voice talents of Martin Sheen, Meg Ryan, Whoopi Goldberg, LeVar Burton, and many more. Captain Planet was based on an idea by media mogul Ted Turner. The show, of course, having a very pro-environmental message, trying to show kids the value of protecting the Earth and a lot of the things threatening the Earth and what they could do to be part of the solution. The show, of course, stars a multi-ethnic group of teens and has a very pro-environmental message. I have no doubt if this show came out today, you'd have people across the board bashing it and calling it a woke show, which is ridiculous because this is actually a very entertaining show with a very positive message. When I was a little boy, I watched this show religiously, and it actually made caring for the environment seem cool, and I will certainly give the creators credit for that, even if some elements of the show haven't aged the best. The show stars 5 heroes, Kwame, Mati, Wheeler, Guy, and Linka, from different parts of the world, each of whom embodies a different element from a ring that they get. They're united with Gaia, who is the spirit of the Earth, and have to set off on adventures to stop several of the villains that are threatening the Earth, including the likes of Loot and Plunder, Sly Sludge, Verminous Scum, Hoggish Greedly, Dr. Blight, and Duke Nukem. No, not that Duke Nukem. And there's just a ton of different issues that are addressed on the show. I was actually impressed by how edgy Captain Planet was willing to be, given that it was made for kids. There's an episode that actually involves the risks of drug addiction, with a character actually dying as a result of this. There's an episode that revolves around HIV and AIDS and the public fears that were caused by these issues. There's episodes dealing with overpopulation, overbreeding, and puppy mills. I mean, there's even an episode that involves time travel and dealing with bad guys trying to sell weapons to the Nazis. And keep in mind, this is a show for children. Somehow, the writers of this show, many of whom actually worked on the Nintendo series Captain and the Game Master, find ways to write unique and interesting plots. They make this stuff fun and interesting for kids, but they also learn a bit about preserving the environment as times go on. Looking back at the show 30 plus years later, it is still entertaining. The animation quality will never be mistaken for a major motion picture, but I certainly had a good time going back and revisiting Captain Planet. I mean, given that there's over 100 episodes in here, obviously I haven't watched all of them yet, but I was certainly entertained by what I saw here, even as a grown man, and I have to say, it's still entertaining, and that theme song played over the closing credits is still one of the coolest things I've ever heard in my life. Captain Planet is certainly not going to be a show for everybody, but it was a great slice of nostalgia for me, and I'm glad I was able to get this one on sale on Amazon. Based on what I can see for the picture quality, this was probably sourced from the same source that was used for the DVD release a few months prior, and that's not really a bad thing, because that DVD actually looked surprisingly good, but here we get this apparently uncompressed. Colors get a nice boost. It is a very nice looking transfer all around. I mean, this was animation made for television, so it's never going to look like a major motion picture. It's never going to look pristine. There are a lot of animation errors from back in the day that are obviously going to stick out like a sore thumb, but can't complain too much there. The show looks about as good as it possibly can on Blu-ray, and that's okay with this longtime Captain Planet fan. Sadly, there are no bonus features of any kind on here. Would have been great if we could have got some toy commercials from back in the day. Random trivia, a lot of the toys were difficult for the toy makers to make because the creators of the show insisted they only be made from recyclable materials in keeping with the environmental themes of the show. So that did present some interesting challenges for the companies. Even just throwing some of those toy commercials on here would have been nice. And the Blu-ray is actually missing a feature from the DVD, that being a leaflet for the Captain Planet Charitable Foundation. So I don't know why they couldn't have put a smaller version of that in the case here. That's a little disappointing. Still, overall, I mean, you're paying less than $1 an episode, so that's not half bad at all. Picture quality is good, and the show is entertaining as can be. Certainly a little campy by today's standards, but seeing Captain Planet and his 5 Planeteers take on the forces of evil and try to save the environment, it's cheesy at times, but it's certainly entertaining. I love this show. I will always love this show, and this Blu-ray set comes highly recommended if you're a fan. How about you? Are you a fan of Captain Planet and the Planeteers? Who's your favorite hero? Who's your favorite villain? What's your favorite episode? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos, and make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Timothy Carlson. I'll see you next time.